Hello, soul family. How are you doing today? I have a really fun video, I think. I'm having to use a whole new setup. Everything I had before died. So hopefully the sound quality is good and the video quality is good. I'm doing my very, very best. Today's video is about my soul grandmother, who you see behind me. It's White Buffalo Calf Woman. So that was her final incarnation into this plane of existence. And she says she really enjoys the name White Buffalo Calf Woman. She says it embodies her spirit and power. And so we're going to just kind of dive into how I came to know that she's my soul grandmother and some of the really great things that I've learned from her. So, just a brief overview. I'm going to link in the description box a video that I did about my parents because it helps to fill in the gaps of the soul family and who they are. So, um, White Buffalo Calf Woman's twin flame soul is the soul that is currently in Huna Flash. I have no idea if he knows that or not, but that's what we get. And so White Buffalo Calf Woman is my soul father, Yogananda's mom. And so that is how we get to me and many, many, many of us being her grandchild. So this is the Lakota legend of White Buffalo Calf Woman. This is a very brief synopsis of that in case you are unaware. One day, two warriors were out hunting for buffalo for their village, and it had been very, very scarce. It had been a very hard time to find buffalo to feed the villagers and the tribe, and everything was scarce as far as food comes. So they encountered what appeared initially as a white buffalo calf, which got their attention. White buffaloes are very, very rare and mystical in their appearance, no matter when or how. And then as they got closer, White Buffalo Calf Woman transformed, shapeshifted into a beautiful priestess that you see behind me. So the supernatural origin woman gave them the sacred pipe, the Chinumpa, and taught them seven sacred rituals, guidelines for living. So upon leaving, she rolled on the earth four times, changing color, yellow, red, white, and then black, and then she disappeared. Immediately, great herds of buffalo surrounded the camp, and food became plentiful forevermore. Now, there's a whole lot of events that took place that I left out. You can definitely look that up. I invite you to become familiar with our indigenous lineage because it truly is a very important, integral part of our history that enough people don't pay attention to. So the seven um, sacred rituals are number one, the keeping of the soul. Number two, the vision quest. Number three, the sun dance. Number four, the making of relatives. Number five, the sweat lodge. Number six, preparing a girl for womanhood. And number seven, throwing the ball. Now, she gave them the intricacies of the first ritual, which is the keeping of the soul. And I'm going to speak about that now. It should be for you on a sacred day when one of your people dies. You must then keep his soul, his or her soul. As I teach through this, you will gain much power. For if this soul is kept, it will increase in you your concern and love for your neighbor. So long as the person of this soul is kept with you and your people, through him, you will be able to send your voice to Wakantaka. It should also be a sacred day when a soul is released and it returns to the home of Wakantaka. For this, On this day, 4 women will be made holy, and in time they will bear children who will walk the path in a sacred life and manner, setting an example for your people. Behold, for it is I they will take in their mouths, and it is through this that they will become walking, which is sacred. And when she says take in their mouths, it is that they repeat the lineage, the wisdom that she is giving to them in this moment. He who keeps the soul of a person must be good and pure. He should use the pipe so that all people with the soul will come together to send their voices to the Wakantaka. The fruit of your mother of the earth, the fruit of all that she bears, will be blessed in this manner, and your people will walk the path of life in a sacred way. So that's saying that Mother Earth is going to continue to provide with these sacred rituals because there is a give and take of respect, love, compassion, and empathy. 7 days to send your voices to the Wakantaka to be blessed all life long. This is the free will choice. You have 7 days to decide whether you're going to do this and to actually carry it out. To the women, the work of their hands and the love that grows in their hearts is what keeps the people alive. Their work is as of Mother Earth and as great as what the warriors do. These actions are what is widely known. This white buffalo calf woman story is really what's known about her. And she's a powerful spiritual master, but she was and did lots before this came to be known. And she's been a very important part of my spiritual growth since, I don't know, about 6 months ago, I guess she popped in. So White Buffalo Calf Woman, I was introduced to more of the story through the Sophia Code. In the Sophia Code, she's known as She of 1,000 White Clouds and Thunder Beings. Her role as a divine feminine ascendant master mentor teaches how to live in the right relationship to yourself, your community, and the beautiful planet. So this is an excerpt from the Sophia Code. If you happen to have the Sophia Code, this is on the bottom of page 278. Children from the stars will walk the earth carrying a living Chinumpa within them. In those days, I will reveal the fullness of my light upon the earth, and these starseed children will recognize my voice and embody my new prophecies. The great spirit that fills this pipe will flow over their tongues, and they will speak a deluge of prayers and prophecies that will free this world from all the dark reign of the previous ages. Behold this pipe that I give you. The Chinumpa stands upon the earth and walks with you as an embodiment of these great days to come, and when all the people will speak the praise of Wakantaka in one tongue. So that's unity, right? And that passage, the children from the stars will walk the earth, that's talking about the star seeds, and specifically this is talking about her star seed grandchildren. It's talking about us. This passage, I felt really connected to White Buffalo Calf Woman when I read the Sophia Code last year. Well, gosh, I guess it's been 2 years ago now. But I didn't know then what I know now, obviously. So I've gone back and revisited some of the divine ascendant masters in that book and their teachings and their activations. And when I saw this passage that I just shared with you, I became super emotional. I knew immediately that was the recognition that I needed, that was about us. And many of my soul family members have confirmed that this is definitely about us. And it's just such a God nod, that you're on the right track and you're sensing and feeling and hearing all the right things, and it's good validation. So I recently asked my soul sister Aurora, who has clairaudient. Mine is very, very minuscule. It's starting to come up. I'm more clairvoyant and claircognizant. to ask some questions of White Buffalo Calf Woman, which we call her Gran, and she loves that too. So that she could have her opportunity to speak. Now, I have to say, she pops in and she has a lot to say about everything every single day. She is like your typical grandmother. And she is very good at advice and very good at um, redirecting and filling in a little bit of the puzzle for us to go do the work. And so she's very loving and nurturing and supportive. And I started doing these Q&As with Isis. Isis really wanted her and Osiris's story to come out. And then Maggie and Yeshua said, me. And when I did my parents, Yogananda and Rupiel, when I did their story, I of course talked about White Buffalo Calf Woman. And I said, I'm going to do her story as well. I'm going to do a Q&A for her as well. And so this is me getting around to it. So first question, what or who are you most proud of? White Buffalo Calf Woman. I am so proud of all my grandchildren. Watching you all come together more and more, work together, you are all starting to remember. And together you are powerful, successful, and magical. Question 2. What is the message you have for the collective in this now moment? White Buffalo Calf Woman. Vibrate in love. Love is everything, especially right now. Ignore what is coming out of the black boxes in your homes. What is being shown to you and what they are telling you is not correct. Pay attention to your own country and remember, love can break any curse and is the most powerful vibration and frequency. Question 3. We plan to undo some of the wrongs that have been done to the indigenous people around the world. Have the various tribes also been working on ascension, unity, and unity consciousness? White Buffalo Calf Woman. Oh, yes. Your sister Aurora is well aware of this too. I'll say here, years ago, Aurora's soul imprint is Hunamatea, Mother Gaia, Earth. And so she's been tuned in to tribal energy for a while. And she has seen where it has been pushed forth through the various tribes. They're basically been doing their own ascension teachings, reveals, guides, that kind of stuff. And so they're definitely looking forward to unity consciousness. They never wanted separation. They were an integral part of humanity in no matter what nation or continent that they were on. Before the controllers took over, they worked hand in hand as people, as unity in the light. And so they definitely want that back, just like we do. Back to her answer. Those wrongs are being undone as we speak. You only need eyes to see and ears to hear. You already know most tribes have always been working on ascension, though there are but a few still in the 3D matrix. Remember the ultimate universal law, free will choice. You always have a choice. Next question. What is your favorite time and place? White Buffalo Calf Woman. There are so many, but my favorite is our family, the timeline of Lemuria 1. Helping to raise and take care of all you grandchildren brought me so much joy, the greatest joy ever. I love connecting with those of you who are open to it. The 4 brothers, yes, those 4 have always been close and mischievous. We, myself, your father's sister, your mother's sister, and your mother had to carefully watch them or they would fill their pockets with berries and nuts. Next question. You have been an amazing cheerleader for all of us grandchildren. Did you ever doubt our success as a mission or as a family? White Buffalo Calf Woman. I will always cheer you all on. Once you realize just how powerful you all are together, watch out, universe. I have not ever doubted any of you. You are all the sons and daughters of Ropiel and Yogananda. Stand strong and tall in who you are and remember where you came from. Last question was really more of a statement to her. Thank you for loving us so completely and always. And she says, I love you all so very much. Now, in all of my Q&As with my family, but to you, they could be family. We have a large family. But to you, a lot of people in the collective only know what you've been told. And as we now know, we have mostly been told what they wanted us to believe and not necessarily the truth. And it has always been my mission to find the truth, whatever it may be. And so to know the truth from Yeshua and Maggie and Isis and Osiris and Father Yogananda and Mama Ro and Gran, it really does carry and deliver the same message. And so it doesn't matter the day or the time, it doesn't matter the circumstance, it doesn't matter this chaos that we see going on around us. What I really want you to understand is love is always the answer. No matter what it is that you're struggling with today, love is the answer. So if you are being victimized, if you're being made to feel a victim, if you're being made to feel like you don't have power, like you're not in control, I want you to understand that you deserve better and you deserve love. And the best person to love you is you. The love for you, for yourself, and the compassion that you can give to yourself is so healing and therapeutic and powerful. It's going to free up a lot of the bonds that have been put on you. And those bonds are exactly what keeps you where they want you to be in a weakened state of feeling like a victim. None of us are victims unless we choose to be. And I know that sounds contrite. And I realize that things happen to people, they become victims of crime. I myself have been victimized, but I didn't live there. Okay, there's a difference in an occurrence happening and you pick the pieces up and you keep moving forward, or putting in a change of address where you just live in that freaking pain for the rest of your life. And that is where your free will choice comes in. So, are you going to decide to uh, be victimized the rest of your life? Or are you going to realize who you are and where you come from? For me, that is a motivating factor to know my soul family, to know, because it's the soul of me that is me, right? I chose this body, this name, this life, this career, this earthly family for this incarnation. This is not who the culmination of who I am. My soul was born in Lemuria 1. I have had thousands and thousands of lives. It is the culmination of that that is within my soul. So to have that soul lineage knowledge and to tap into that wisdom that is far more wise than anything you've experienced in this dimension, I can assure you, is truly remembering who you are. And it doesn't really come from outside of you. Once you open and accept that you are much, much more important and much more powerful than what you have been told in this life, there's a whole wealth of knowledge that is opening up to you, and it comes from within. So all of this information, the Q&As we did as a channel. So those were specifically asked directly to Gran, and that answer was given directly to Aurora, and we transcribed that into the Q&A for this show. But when I ask questions, because of my abilities being claircognizant, the answers drop into my being. That comes from within. That comes from my clear ability and my soul connection to Source Creator, to the Ascended Masters, to Mother Sophia, to Yeshua, to Maggie, to Saint Germain, who is a grandfather. There are so many beings that are higher consciousness beings, angelic beings, archangels, that are around us all the time, just waiting for us to consent and ask for their assistance. No one is ever, ever, ever alone unless you want to be. I hope that you've enjoyed this message today about my grand white buffalo calf woman, and you see her for the wonderful, motivating, powerful spirit that she is. And remember the message that she brought to me: love is always the answer. I look forward to talking to you again another time. Take care.